rails.
Not really touching.
So we begin tripping over. Here we go.
The 115th game session of the Roses Are Red campaign. As we rejoin the roses at the now thawing, crushed, and crumbling Fremont State. Having defeated Kalei Mithriska, the harrowing Shiver, after she assaulted Yanni's family in their homestead. And Mirok put a great effort into healing and resurrecting the Fremont clan. Bort and Uhtred, under some direction from Mirok, put the effort into skinning the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what the fuck Larva's been up to, but
Offering the Fremont clan a hot meal.
a spa day
The mansion.
in the
Yeah.
in the tower.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like saying, like very solemn, like no obligation to swing.
3 stories of
Yeah.
different stew.
Yeah, take all the time you want. It's just like, like essentially metaphorically wrapping them in the blanket that the fire department gives you after you get rescued from your house.
Crinkly foil.
I was thinking more of the heavy wool,
Okay.
but I guess in modern, well,
So, with that, you overcome a massive speed bump in the progress towards your ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
And not just suffer a speed bump, but now also lost an ally in that final endeavor.
powerful ally. But it would have been worse to fight her afterwards.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
She would have helped us for sure, but as soon as that thing was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, she would have been spent too. It's hard to know, but I feel like she would have come right after us.
And Yanni was so mad.
Yeah, he was so fucking mad. With every right. Well, we gotta do this thing.
Okay.
We have to do the surgery, and we gotta find your sisters.
Yeah. Surgery for the vocal cords, blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Skulls for the
Skulls for the skull throne. Uhtred needs some skulls.
Yeah.
And some blood. Is that everything else? Is that it?
That's it.
We have all the other, we have crack and poison. We have-
Especially now, we have Miracle.
Oh yeah. Level 18.
What does that do for you?
Miracle Mirok.
We needed to defeat the Tarask.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, okay, let's wait another level, and I'll have Wish, and we'll just leave Murok behind.
No, if you want to use it, okay.
Uhtred says, well, he still needs to cut some heads off.
Uh-huh. Skulls for the skull throne.
Yeah. And you also are thinking that you have this cask of dragon blood that you somehow need to figure out how to turn into anti-fear potion.
I mean, do we think that Brick would be able to handle that?
Possible.
I think we go back to the Cortesi estate as soon as possible.
Yeah. Do Yanni's people, do they need to like send a message to like who are they vassals of? Like who do they like, oh, our house broke.
Right.
Come give us like assistance, my lord.
Sweet sucker.
Who's their guy? Where are they?
Well, this is their estate. It's kind of their responsibility.
Yeah, but do they
We can
call
No
them-
one's gonna come in and
They don't call
fix
like
it for
a duke or a.
we
Yanni's
could-
dad is the duke. Yanni's
Yanni's
dad
dad
is
is
an
a
Earl Fremont.
Earl. Yeah, I think
His name is Earl.
I
My
think
name
what
is-
we can do is we could put out feelers for our old friend Dakota, who has Mindy as a spell, and she could come back here and just hang out for a couple weeks. Hey, I'm gonna send this chick. She's gonna
Fix your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're loaded, right? They're lords, they can pay.
if we have any idea where she is.
What about
I have no idea how. I have no
What
idea how
about
we would
Dakota?
go.
She hung out at the Cordessi estate for like 2 weeks and then peaced
Gone.
out while you were off
She's
on a
gone.
quest
Yeah.
somewhere.
Do we retain a personal effect? Can you scry?
On Dakota?
Can you scry?
Sure.
Scry. Do we keep any personal effects at the Cordessi estate? Is there like a junk drawer in the kitchen that they left like, some pens in?
Or like Utru just saved like a scrunchie of hers
Uh-huh.
or something.
Something for his own personal use.
Sure.
Top knot.
Yeah, I could try to scry on her. We just need, in order to make it firmer, I think we need something of hers. Maybe we could go, still.
You guys know that mending will not fix a house.
Yeah.
She and was it Mirrock like went around the Cordessi estate and fixed like broken boards
Yeah.
and like cracked window panes, not a caved in house.
Load bearing walls.
Is he played twice? Or just once?
Twice.
Once.
One session.
Abby played like 4 times?
Twice.
Let's play one
Abby
twice.
played more than twice. She was for
I think she hung in there for a
Maybe
couple sessions.
maybe 3.
and then like missed a couple and then came back for a
Yeah.
couple and it was like
No, she missed. She was in for like 2, missed a bunch, came back for 1, and she just had a shitty time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
when
'cause
she
of
came
Aaron.
back, she rolled shitty.
Not you.
Yeah.
And Aaron was the problem.
Can we say
Aaron was that guy.
I would like to just state for the record that's not me. All right, continue.
it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
We're in
You
the
have an easier last name to refer you by. It's harder to do the pickle sayer thing.
Eggman.
Eggman.
I think when I talk to Trevor, I usually say Mackie.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that.
Calling you Mackie?
Yeah, I don't know. People
You
just
call-
default to my last name.
Yeah, we
There's-
all call you Mac.
There's many Aarons.
But there's only one Mr. Mac.
There's none now.
Narons. Not a single one.
Yeah, you guys all call me Dan. Yeah, you all call me Dan when there's like
I call you Dan.
bunch
And
of
so
Dans,
did
Daniels,
so
and
did
Dan.
the dude who made that mead label for you.
All right, so on a completely different topic, I have 5,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds left on me. I just went back to my notes.
Okay.
And of the money from the chests, I don't account for previous existing money. We have 3,000 gold pieces left. Because I have written down that we spent a fuck ton at that hotel.
It's been a good bit.
There's like 61,000 gold pieces to stay at the hotel.
No.
Okay, cool. Please tell me wrong.
In the realm.
Because I had written down the bill was 1572. Oh no, that's the total that was left over. My bad. The bill was
Mm-hmm.
15,000. Or no, 11,572 gold pieces is the bill. The hotel. I think we got 200.
No, it was 1,572.
I have written down minus 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that was when you played poker.
Oh, so yeah, okay. Aaron was accounting for all the money we lost while there. Okay, cool. Cool.
I feel like Yanni's family Yanni's family by marriage are like have an imperial level of coffers. Can't they just spring for Yanni's?
Oh yeah, this isn't about them. This is
I know.
I'm just checking.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they can fix this up.
They have dynastic wealth.
Yeah, I think there's just a level of guilt for some characters. But
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Fuck ton for Yanni.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then we still have a large amount of gold pieces remaining.
that he's probably doing a sort of, hey, Mirok, is there anything we can do for my family?
Yanni is?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's always like, he never wants to have any money, but then he's always asking for it.
Yeah.
Sounds like man of the cloth.
I'm gonna. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scope out the building with you. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna look at structural damage. We're gonna see. We're gonna roll a knowledge engineering check after since you're still one.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if there's anything we can do right. Like, can I throw up a wall right now? That's gonna be load bearing. That's gonna help. And then based on that, we're gonna go to his brother. We're gonna make an estimate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can leave a little change for labor or whatever.
Give me an engineering and a spellcraft check.
Red will be engineering. Okie dokie. Great, I'm an engineering, but. 25 on the engineering, and then on spellcraft, 45.
So going over this building, it was entirely encapsulated in frost and ice, which is melting now, and that is just soaking into every aspect of the thing. Even the stone supports have damage from the ice penetrating and opening up the cracks and fissures. And then with your spellcraft check, you're like, the entire building is a complete loss. It would take a miracle.
Oh, a miracle, you said.
Well,
I think Yanni's new Japanese family can come build this whole not Japanese family a beautiful pagoda on the site of their once stately home.
Give me a religion check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the other guy who's got ranks of no.
it's very Japanese.
Karate Kid 2.
Got it, yeah, baby.
35.
You know that the dragon was a beast of chaos and destruction. And thinking on your religion, your worship of Mosin and how he's the god of law and order, you think there's a chance he would be behind setting this back into order, setting a site of chaos back into its rightful configuration.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
You don't want me to use miracle?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right.
No, baby would want you to build a treehouse, like a children's treehouse where like 4 people could sit in it. 5 people would make it fall out of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
little whimsy.
Different guy.
Okay, yeah, Mirok goes.
Delic would want somebody else to pay for it.
You're right about that. And you know what? You can ask him about that.
I've got one a day.
Delic would
I'm
want contractors, kickbacks.
Mm-hmm. So Mirok goes to
Union leaders need their cut.
Union 5.
Mirok goes to where he has to kind of lead him to like where his father would like adjudicate things as the local lord, a seat of judgment and law. And then in there with his hand on Yanni's shoulder, he prays to Mosin and asks if Mosin can set right the chaos that was wrought on this seat of law.
So we're in like Biltmore Forest, or like Biltmore Village right now. We're in like we're in the like.
There's a Talbot's right next door.
Give me a diplomacy check. You're praying to your god, asking.
The giant mansion is in ruins, and so we've gone to the like adjacent township.
No. I'm like in the Biltmore where like George Washington would like receive guests, right?
Okay.
Like, you know,
But in the ruined, melting. Should have gone to the Masonic Lodge in town, bud. You got a little bit more charismatic. Just
the tiniest bit.
Lord R.
28.
I love how you're like, oh, it's not going to be a 28.
It's a 2.
Been rolling some
My
real
diplomacy would
dice.
have been a 44.
Exactly.
So you begin praying to Mosin, entreating to him in Dwarven, you know, the need for this to be set right, the need for, you know, chaos not to leave its footprint, the need for the order, for the sake of Yanni and his family and Greater Yeldarim, that their leaders not be left, you know, out in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the rest of you are out kind of, I don't know what Bort is doing. You guys are, Bort and Uhtred are probably looking at the dragon skin, arguing over how much it's probably worth. Bort knows probably worth about 10 grand. Uhtred, of course, thinks it's worth several million.
It's white.
It's good. It's good. This is good.
And you guys start to see planks and rocks lift off of the ground and float into the structure that once was the house, as the snow and ice doesn't melt. It almost just disintegrates, just stops being where it is.
Damn.
Evaporates without humidity, without leaving behind puddles. It just dissipates into nothingness as the house begins to come back into form. And I'll go ahead and use Uhtred for this. He goes and calls into the tower, tells everyone to come out and take a look.
Yeah, I was gonna say Largo's just missing this. He's just like, can you get
I assume Uhtred does detect undead first.
How are y'all doing, folks?
Or what is it like? A zombie house risen.
All right. Well, yeah, we come out and we go, oh my gosh.
And the Fremonts see the miracle of their estate being rebuilt
I roll
over the course of 10 minutes or so.
spellcraft.
Miracle.
Yeah, spellcraft. 16 was 27.
Miracle on ice.
43.
It appears to be some form of divine miracle.
Damn, I go up to you and I just fucking like jump like at the end of an 80s movie and just fucking high five, buddy.
Miracle on
I
ice.
have a feeling like Mirag like puts his hand on your head. Is like, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like instantaneous and I'm also watching, or if I'm like actively like conduiting. And you're just like, yeah, it's like a statue.
All right.
Or like he's just not there.
Not done with the roof yet.
He's just like an antenna, right?
Okay, I'll go.
Oh.
No, yeah. For Mirok, you're just you almost have this expansive sense of the area. You can feel every splinter, every pebble of the estate, and every piece of it that's in the wrong place is some part of your consciousness trying to set it right, being the conduit for this force of pure order. It's an overwhelming sensation. Your consciousness has never been pushed to such a broad extent, but somehow you manage it, and it takes about 10 minutes or so. But when you are done, Not only is the Fremont estate back into pristine order, but the fires are lit in the hearths, the lamps are lit in the halls.
Clothes in the closet are organized by color and season.
Everything is as it was prior to the dragon arriving.
Have you wiped the memories?
No. As I was giving them lamb chops, I was saying, here's your lamb chop. Also, sorry.
Cool. I think Merrick would look to Yanni at this point. Like, is there, anything else we need to do?
He looks at you and, like glassy eyed, just gives you a big hug
Oh, that's nice.
and just like gives like this. I'm not sure if I just want to like nod and say thank you or if I want to like fully bow in appreciation, but he does that like sort of, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. And then he leaves the room to go find his parents. And
Merrick understands that even better than if you'd done either one of those things. Equally repressed characters.
Yeah.
Equally like emotionally unavailable.
uh-huh. But it's also
Don't worry, I make up for it.
it's also a fairly exhausting experience.
Okay, cool.
Being the conduit for that much power is a lot.
Cool.
Dragon defeated. House is fixed. All is lucky.
Especially, it's your first time.
So every time, just blowing my whole load. House wasn't even this tall before. Sorry. I pushed it up.
You ever done a cock push-up?
So, Mirok at that point being quite spent, and Yanni is handling the Fremont order.
One.
He goes to Largo, and he just holds out his hand.
That is fucking
Great. No, it's not a high five. The first one I just grabbed. And I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right. And then I
It
lead
is-
you around to everyone else.
It's evening. It's like 10 o'clock at night. This is not midday.
Do you want to sleep in the mansion or do you want to tell them the rest of the
Let's go to the Princess Estate, dude, and like sleep for like 2 days.
Just like a real house.
Yeah. This is the most worn out as far as spells goes that Largo has.
I'm sure sleep for 2 days. Armageddon isn't literally marching.
We'll
towards
just sleep for 8.5 hours. Yeah, this is the most tapped out Largo's ever been. He wants to go to his bed.
Cool.
Courtesy estate.
Yes, let's do that.
So you've got a great teleport?
Yeah. What is that? That's a 7th level slot. Yeah. So I have like a bunch of 7th level slots.
You blow all your fifths. So.
Yes. I blew all my 5ths. I blew almost all my 6ths, all of my 8ths, and I still have some 7.
And aside from that miracle for story purposes, you guys don't have any high level spell slots
You want me to what?
until you rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Because we haven't rested.
Sure.
So we didn't technically level up.
But I make exceptions for rules of cool.
You God.
I am all the gods.
I am the Omnifier.
Courtesy
Yeah.
Courtesy say,
Do we need to roll for it, or you're something like?
greater teleport.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just here.
Mirok taps his chest once he's in the house and goes and lays down in his bedroom under behind his face.
I do the same thing in my bedroom upstairs. I am going to go to bed now.
Mirok's room is the first door on the right when you come into the building.
Okay.
It was the sitting room.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I have the map.
Dude, for some reason you have the map of the house.
I did weapons all over it.
That makes sense.
All right. So, you all rest for the evening, and without any enemies I'm aware of coming after you, You spend a restful evening and wake up the next day, whatever point in the morning suits you. And the day is yours.
Well, I mean, I only require 2 hours of sleep a night now. Yeah. I get a good night's sleep.
You didn't used to require any. You would still just sleep.
I know.
You're like, I should get that ring.
Yeah. It's a boner for him, yeah.
You're in now.
I'm, up with the sun, having a bowl of oatmeal, just whistling a happy tune. I'm feeling dandy. I go to Erica's, tell her all about the dragon fight, and give her some, I guess, reliquary tokens. Is that what we're calling them? Draconic reliquaries? She's got a whole thing on the wall now.
Yeah, she has like a claw from each of the dragons.
Mm-hmm. She's like a reliquary cabinet. It's like a proper.
So you bring her a
thing.
claw.
That's
Dude, she's so stoked.
Oh, she's thrilled. Very excited. Is like compares this one with the other ones, and it's significantly larger than the others. And she's like, oh wow.
It's a very old dragon.
He brought a dragon claw to Eric.
Sweet. She's got a whole collection of.
Yeah. So she's got one from the green, one from the black, one from the red, and now she's got the white.
The chromatic
It's got like a
reliquary.
almost like this.
Shadow box. Yeah. Erica, I'm in the market to see things that are invisible. One of my adventuring colleagues has some cool glasses. I know one of my other adventuring colleagues has some like funky salve. Do you know about an item or a technique that would help me see invisible things or perceive invisible or non-invisible?
I deal with mostly like mundane stuff and a couple of alchemical things, but what's his name? The apothecary can probably has some see invisibility potions.
Okay.
And then Talora's might have some like goggles or maybe a wand.
Goggles might be a good option. I'll step by Talora's. That's really great.
She shows you some bags and she puts them on the table and like a puff of dust comes out. Like these are filled with chalk dust. Throw it at something, it pops open, coats the target in chalk. So like it's you're probably looking for something more. There's the level that I sell at versus.
Oh yeah. Could I add a couple to my adventurer's bag?
She just puts 3 of them on the grade.
Chalk.
No charge.
Thanks. What else was I going to talk to you here about? Dragon Claw, visibility stuff. Oh yeah. How are you fixed for long bottom leaf, old Toby, the halfling's weed?
Weed.
I got about a half a pound on, in-house. Do you want more? Is something you guys have? You have a decent amount.
We have a pretty good stash.
What if we smoke out of the Jurassic?
Smoke out of the Jurassic, hotbox the Jurassic.
Jurassic just keeps living its claws.
Jurassic baked, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you bake the Jurassic. Bake it, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting pretty good. I don't know. I'm just what is the market for this like in the city here? In Penteros?
I've got some customers. You can get it at most of the brothels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not it's kind of a frowned upon but not illegal situation. It's like you can't. There's a nice tobacco shop in the Blossom District, and they don't carry it because it would be considered
Gauche. Heard.
no. They don't carry it on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm sure they've got some behind the counter or something like that.
Ask for the gaffer and tap your notes.
But yeah, and then you know, I've got some of these mushrooms, and you could also get some of these in sort of processed form at the apothecary. You asked. But then there's some of the harder stuff, and that used to be run by the Taiwan Guild. And then there, you know, right now the Meister seems to be the main source of it.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
The Meister. Yeah.
What is harder stuff in this world?
There's corollaries to crack,
Everything.
heroin.
Yeah.
What kind of
Uber
shit
quench.
are you into?
There's some like really high end stuff that affects casters in more than just getting high, but also like performance enhancing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some high end stuff that you can get for performance enhancing in
Marshals.
Like Uber quench.
Like
Tula's Trinkets is only a few blocks from here, right?
It's across town.
Okay. Erica, I love our little chats, and you know, feel like I don't know. It's nice to have a friend.
That's very sweet of you.
It's the one person it's here with.
Damn, dude, is this gonna be a moment? Are you gonna have a moment?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
you call you know, you say it's nice to have a friend. She just lights up. Big Coke bottle glasses, bright eyes, just like staring at you, and unbridled joy and happiness.
Hank Aaron gave it to
Don't.
that 5.
It's great. All I need, got some chalk, drop it off a claw, feel good.
Some chalk, drop out the claw.
I bid Erica farewell and head across town to the trinket shop. See if I can find some goggles or some glasses or some contact lenses.
Okay. Let's see. All right. At Talora's.
Picture of there.
Let's see.
No, I'm sending it to the group.
At Talora's, you ask around a little bit, and Talora, you know, they don't have any see invisibility glasses, spectacles, anything like that in stock. You can have one commissioned if you want, and she could, you know, fashion something. It would take
Time and money.
you know, maybe a week or two. There is a wand of see invisibility
Mm-hmm.
that is available for purchase.
No.
It's great.
Really?
That's great. Okay, wand of see invisibility for purchase. What's the
Female nerd.
Okay. So yes, if
L7.
Weenie.
Yeah.
That's same.
It is
Yeah,
a
same meter.
it is a 4,500 gold piece wand. Has 50 charges of seeing visibility on it.
That's pretty good. I feel like maybe a little overkill.
Yeah, I'd rather overkill than underkill.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back.
Well, I mean,
to
if
that.
you wanted to, if you know, like the spectacles would probably be 15,000, 20,000 gold.
Yeah.
So they'd definitely be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You have untold wealth.
Literally, I'm told we have no fucking clue.
I haven't told them. I mean, I can afford it. I do want to be an invisible CD guy.
Yeah, it's gonna throw off your game.
It has been. Can I do? Yeah, I will purchase one for 4,500 gold.
Just so you know, all of your options.
Yeah.
Potions of see invisibility would be 300 gold pieces each.
Gotcha. And those are good for a duration of time.
Same duration, 3 minutes,
Okay.
I believe. I will double check for you. Oh, 30 minutes.
Potions are good for 30 minutes?
And the wand is good for 30 minutes per
Good,
cast.
30 minutes per cast. And it's the same, it's a standard action to use either.
So that would be.
I mean,
So yeah,
the economics of the wand are way better when it comes down to like 50 charges versus like 50 potions. But like, you know. Oh, is this the guy? What were you gonna say?
the wand would be cheaper.
Yeah.
Though it would be using it 50 times would be a pretty, like that's a lot of uses.
It's a lot of uses.
It's a question of, you're like, okay, well, I guess, yeah, even if you just bought 10 potions of see invisibility, that would be 3,000 gold pieces.
Mhm.
So,
But the wand, I can use it to cast see invisibility on someone else as well as myself. No.
see invisibility is a personal only spell.
Ah, gotcha.
Spectacles, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
Well, I mean, at this point,
yeah.
both of you could use the wand. Both of you have, perfectly viable use magic device ability. So does Bort.
Is this good now?
Yanni can already
See
see invisibility. So the only person who's left out is Uhtred.
And it doesn't matter because as soon as he can see something, it's only dead. It's only like alive for like another 12 seconds.
Usually, yeah.
But
And if you get spectacles, then you can't share them.
Right.
You're wearing them or somebody else is wearing them.
Mm,
But you can share the wand. You can be like, boop, pass it along.
We're famously known for sharing.
picture.
Does do you have see invisibility?
I have true sight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which costs 1,000 gold pieces every time you cast it.
That's true.
You have the goo.
Yeah, I do have the
You
goo.
have the
And
goo.
whenever I need to replenish my goo is probably like 10,000. Because I put it in the form of I wanted to do the same thing that the that the onyx serpent was.
Where
doing.
did you get it?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe I made it. Maybe I didn't.
You manifested it because you needed it. Did you? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to take some money out of your.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, you will.
Oh, you will.
So you spent. You're gonna say you made 10 uses of it.
10 uses of it. Yeah.
Okay, so 10,000 gold pieces.
And I probably used it 3 times, so I'll probably have 7 uses left.
just stick it in here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna purchase this wand of see invisibility, and
But I like having to smear the thing.
it's
I
the
just
whole
like
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, the Zahira used anointment made from the blood of her mother.
I made an ointment from the blood of my mother.
Of her mother.
No.
Well,
I
thinking
just-
about it now, you're looking at that bucket full of dragon blood, and you're like, oh.
Oh, I could probably make it out of that.
Are we gonna do something?
Yeah, it reduces
You don't need to use all of it.
the fear potion.
Yeah, we use a little bit of it. Coagulated dragon's blood.
I mean, I kept a flask.
Oh,
I
hey,
kept a
Gideon.
flask for personal use.
Gideon, I'm gonna need a pint, maybe 2 pints every 3 months.
Cool. And then
It's kind of interesting, like the cast has this like thin layer of frost on the outside of it.
That's pretty cool.
it's just cold.
In my eyes, my face just gets really chilly
Yeah.
when I can see it.
Frosty tears. And then we have a white dragon skin that we've skun from a white dragon. I'm prepared to sell that. Anybody? Is anybody trying to make any sort of make any makings out of it?
Yeah, who are you gonna sell it to?
Yeah, it's the skin of an intelligent creature.
It's also 10 grand. Who's got that?
Yeah. Well, a question for the black market. Maybe a question for another day.
Alien, dude, the alien trade.
Uh-huh.
Only wants magic shit.
He wants magic shit. Okay. I need to.
I mean, you know that dragon skin is primarily used to make armor.
Mm-hmm.
I can craft armor.
Do you want to craft something out of this dragon skin?
I can sure take a look.
Okay, take a look at it. By now, I assume it's like, I mean, I was up and out the door at like 8 a.m. Smart, bright and early. It was there, I don't know.
So, spending like an hour talking to Erica, going across town. Probably you're coming back to Cordesia Estate around 11.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna, after I've made my errands, stopping by Hounson's. It's 11. Maybe Uhtred's like there, having a hair of the dog.
I don't think
Maybe.
Uhtred gets up until 11.
Okay, great.
I got up early.
Kind of
Probably
like
got up early.
kind of like
So we'll put a pin in Bork.
Put a pin in
He
Bork,
went
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Erica's to Laura's.
I'm touching base with the bar staff, tipping generously to my managers. and what have you.
Townsend's.
Uh-huh.
Back at the
Put a pin in Bork.
Cordesia Estate.
Mhm.
Largo and Mirak probably arise at similar times.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
7:30. I always imagine Uhtred as like a Bert Kreischer though. Like he goes super hard and then when like 6 a.m. he's just like lifting weights. He like went to bed at like 2. Bert Kreischer. Anyways,
I know who Bert Kreischer is, but he doesn't really strike me as the type that
he's that.
lifts weights.
No, he's that way.
Okay.
He
that's
is
what-
now. I think he has.
I think he's one of those dudes like, and this is a terrible comparison, but I think he's similar to like Teddy Roosevelt and Napoleon, which is one of those weird dudes who's like, I am going to die, and he just like uses all of his candle wax, Anyways,
Some crazy
He's the
stories.
machine.
Yeah, dude. That's the
That is
best
the
fuck-
best
that's the
fucking
best
story ever. Go ahead.
50 craft armor check on the white dragon skin.
50?
I rolled a natural 20.
He did.
It's
Well, I
sitting
mean,
there.
okay.
Exposed. It's a hot 20.
Is that to get an idea of what you can do?
That is to see what can I turn this into that is profitable. It is not the roll to actually make that.
There are enough scales here in good enough shape that you could make a full set of full plate.
That would be so fucking
That would piss off every single dragon anybody that warrior ever saw.
Yeah, but there's
Chromatic.
No, but yeah, because
Yeah.
Gideon was
Because you had copper
We had
dragon.
copper dragon
That
armor.
wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool to have.
It's a war crime.
There's enough hide to make a full set of hide armor.
Absolutely.
In addition,
In addition to the full plate.
in addition to a full plate. And a heavy shield.
Fuck, dragon scale shield.
Probably after you're done with the hide armor, you might be able to knock out like a saddle or maybe some leather barding for a horse, something like that. It's probably 500 or 600 pounds of material.
Okay. Damn, it's like a full like a knight and his squire like material. I mean, it was part of the craft armor check. I guess I did a price check, like the value of that.
I mean, that you're like, what could be made out of this? And
Okay.
measuring the scales, checking the quality of the hide, the square footage, what have you. That's what you're getting is that. Now, at the same time, unless so your craft armor check at base is a plus what?
The craft armor check is a 10 total. I rolled a natural 20, and then I'm adding Pierce 1.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, normally you're not going to roll this high.
Nope.
You also are aware you have like the best fucking anvil to
Yes.
craft anything
Yep.
on.
Got that.
Still, you probably find a better smith to make a better finished product if you wanted to maximize your potential here.
Oh, I just love the idea of like way down the line. It's like, this is made by Mirok on hammer on the anvil.
You can. The other thing is like you don't know who the fuck you could make this armor for.
Yeah, it would be like
It's
making
like-
trying to
Yeah,
find
you
someone.
wear full plate. The only other person you know who wears full plate?
Scottrick.
No. It's Rook.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, Saruk just came into that huge inheritance that his girlfriend definitely fucked us out of.
It's gonna need to spend all that money on something.
So I mean,
Well, I mean, like Saruk and Mirok have such a tight relationship.
yeah, we do.
That was a weird time of the campaign.
Dude, the way he played that character, it was like a teenage son. I was like, you son of a bitch.
I pulled a lock of her hair close.
Yeah, it was just like,
But yeah, you have this great stuff,
Mhm.
and it's great stuff. But you have this issue of who can afford it, who wants it.
yeah, I mean, I tell the group, I'm like, look, I sit you down, I got the parchment, all schematic out. Like, this is what we can make with it. Who do we think should be right for it? Do we want to can an individual afford this? Maybe not, but can the state afford this? Like, Saruk is the captain of the guard. We live in dangerous times. Do we want to approach the Duchess,
What about the Duchess's,
her champion?
Yeah.
Person.
yeah, like a woman? What was her name? It's like the head knight, the Duchess's
Yeah.
knight.
Yeah, she was the one who found us when we came up from below the castle.
Yeah, totally. We haven't seen her in a minute.
She's usually there when you have an audience with Duchess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like that might be the target to sell to the Duchess.
Just talk to the Duchess and just be like, hey, we can make the most epic suit of armor ever for your.
Having like a
Well-
set of hide armor.
You remember her name's Captain Tallow.
Yes.
And she was wearing like this exquisitely crafted think it was half plate armor with like etchings of rose vines and rose blossoms and stuff on it. So, I mean, the thing is, the white dragon scale hide, white dragon scales, white dragon hide can be rather easily enchanted to get a, some dragon affinity effects on it. It won't automatically be there just from crafting it.
Mm-hmm.
So crafting the plate armor out of white dragon scales is still going to be a lower value item than a full suit of adamantine plate.
Yeah.
And probably even be a lower value item than a full suit of mithril plate. But then if you put in the extra effort to enchant it with, cold resist, morale bonus against fear, maybe some other stuff, it'll be cheaper to enchant it up
Because it's dragon.
because like the magic of the dragon is inherent in the item. But then you're talking about, making it more and more involved, putting more effort in on your end before it actually pays out.
I mean, I like the idea of Murak crafting.
I do.
The most epic set of armor
And
ever. But if we're gonna even talk about that, we can't do it now. We got too much shit to do.
Why?
Because the apocalypse is
I
coming.
mean, how long would it take to make some armor?
Days.
Weeks.
Especially to get it enchanted.
To make a set of full plate armor?
Yeah.
Like if you're talking historically, a month. You could probably fast track it in some ways with magic, but you're still talking about like 2 weeks,
So you're saying we should
like
just
8-hour days.
either
craft
sell it
armor.
for raw material or just like let it lie.
I mean,
And sell it to an elf.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how the world is.
Yeah.
I
really want to make it into armor.
I think that maybe it's
Can
a
you enchant it later?
post-credit montage.
Yeah, that's the bummer. Because it'd be fun to like make it into magical armor and then it's like Saruk the White Dragon Defender Penduros.
Well, I think that's what needs to happen, but it can't happen.
Your boy, you out and you do good.
What level is Saruk at this point? Is it level 10?
I was gonna say 8.
I'm gonna go find him and like rib him. Just be like, yeah, I think you should do that, but I think it might have to be like we're at the castle talking, like spending a whole session or a half day or whatever, talking about what our characters are doing. And that
We should
is-
reach out to Dakuda about it.
Okay.
And then I think, let's just let it go. We can like say we're like drying the hide
Yeah,
and shit.
but I like you crafting it on the anvil. It's pretty fucking great, dude. Like, and then it'll be like some legendary piece of armor that will go on through the ages.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Can you send to
Yeah.
him and just like, we have White Dragon, he's interested in dragon stuff.
Yeah.
Let's maybe work out like a sweetheart deal in some way.
Yeah, totally. I send to Dakuda and I say, we recently acquired White Dragon hide. Mirak wants to make full plate. Enchantments, you could. Maybe you can study.
Yeah, because not just the armor, like, do you need this in any way? So yeah, study totally.
He responds, would like one pristine scale.
We can do that. I think we should just give that to him.
No, we should not just give it to him. Everything's transactional with Dakuda.
Okay, so I'll just let that lie as it is right now, and we'll go save the world and then talk to him.
Well, I mean, just like, no, Yanni had a deal that was like a teleport deal or something.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Enchantments, cold resist, basic enhancement, morale versus fear, possibly fly.
That if it had all those things, that would be fucking cool. I relay that information.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mirak says, I'm like, okay, we'll save the scale for him. And We won't charge anything for it.
I mean, when you get that, you're thinking, oh yeah, if we use the hide to like fashion into a cloak that would turn into wings, you could see how that could work. And it's also like, you know, yeah, maybe you could even like make a helmet with like a frost breath activation use. Like you could really go full.
I think you go full
Full
fucking
like
bore. I'll help you. Dakuda can help you.
Okay.
But yeah, like between crafting the full plate and then enchanting it, you're looking at like probably 2 months of work.
Could we front load the enchantment now? Like Dakuda's enchanting just the raw hide material. And then, okay.
It's got to be a masterwork item before you even.
Mirok goes to the hide and he examines it and finds a pristine white scale. He pulls it off.
You've seen the scales that Dakuda uses for the focuses. They're, you know.
I know exactly what he wants it for. And then Mirok walks to the front door and he takes the little knocker thing and he puts it in the knocker and he shuts it. So it goes right to Dakuda. And then, we'll save it and we'll make armor. Yeah.
As you're walking away, you hear the sound of something fall into the basket beneath the hoop.
Okie doke.
And going over to check, it's 2 stones that you pretty immediately figure out are sending stones that are keyed directly to Dakuda. You just like you crush the stone in your hand and you get a sending to him.
Cool.
I will pocket 1 and toss 1 to Bort.
Or no look grabs it out of the air.
I know look through it to you.
Okay.
Tuck it into the pouch. Yeah. Okay. Dragon hide.
Handled.
Yeah.
Anything else Largo's doing with him?
No, Largo's just a little bit. He's tired, getting up, pouring himself some tea, just looking out, enjoying the morning, thinking about the existential threat.
Okay.
Do we want to Bort's sister or slice open our good friend?
I think we should slice, because I think Bort's. Might be metagaming a little bit, but it's like 9 right now. So I think if we do the surgery, right? Because I want to give Bort's sisters the time. That's just what I'd say. I think that's surgery. Surgery is more of a role play moment. Who knows what we'll find with Bort's sisters?
Totally.
Okay. Do you want to send to Gideon, or do we want to go to his chambers?
Should I just send to him? It's
time. Okay.
I send to him and I say, my friend, if you have availability, it is time.
That has come.
The first word that comes back is like this deep inhale. All right, I'll get things prepared on my end.
Cool. All right, so what I'm thinking, right, is we extract the vocal cords and the Mirok casts regenerate. And so he regrows his vocal cords. So we've copy pasted out his vocal cords essentially.
Can we do that? Or
Yes.
Largo is under the assumption, I might be forgetting something, but I was under the assumption that give them back.
Yep. He can't live without them.
Like for any length of time.
I think specifically Mercury Dragons, like they can't live without the vocal cords. Right?
It's
so the whole thing is that
dragons are like manifestations of magic, and their breath weapon is like their brain is what they think with, their heart is what pumps blood through their bodies, and their breath weapon land is the focus of their magic.
Okay. All right. I was under the impression that like he would be wasting away until we were able to get him back his dusty vocal cords. But yeah. Okay.
Oh no, there's a good chance you're just gonna kill him by removing them.
Cool.
Fuck, dude. Mirak, are you ready? I'm talking to you extremely emotionally.
I've been drawing Gideon this whole time.
No, you haven't. Don't even joke about that.
Thank you.
I do want to point something out.
Mhm.
When you have the vocal cords,
Mhm.
then
We have to craft them into a mask, which is very macabre. So we would need to go to Tarnholm probably and use the anvil. I imagine that's the best place to craft. If that
do
makes-
any of you know how to craft this mask?
Craft armor.
I don't know how to craft this mask.
Yeah, this isn't so much like, I mean, it's vocal cords. It's not metal. It's not you're not
I
making.
mean, but yeah, who do we reach out to? Like a troupe, like a traveling theater troupe? How do you make masks?
I mean,
I'm not letting anybody but one of us touch those fucking vocal cords.
brick,
Brick is one.
witch in the basement, blood magic.
Have we
This is
checked
like
in with him at all about
meat
this?
cut out of a living thing. He's kind of, that's sort of his whole deal.
Yeah, let's go talk to Greg over. Like, Greg, we gotta slice up some vocal cords and craft them into a mask. The gang talked to this. Seems like your area of expertise. Do you have any guidance on the crafting part?
Well, my expertise is primarily in alchemical. They're probably removing the vocal cords, and then before you craft them into a mask, there's going to need to be some sort of alchemical treatment. Do you have some directions on? I mean, I can approach this through trial and error, but I don't know if that's the.
The directions were written in the form of an epic poem 50,000 years ago.
Yeah, that's the only direction we have as
Yeah.
far as this specific item.
Okay, and we talked about this before. You need to make some linguistics checks because you're trying to read that book.
Cool.
Just give me 3.
Oh,
It's always right after 22. All right. First, we'll start with a natural 1. So it's going to be a subtraction of 10. Well, I have to just one, so 21. 37. 48.
All right.
21, 37, 48.
You reading this book, Armageddon by Jan Alti Magnuson. It is a mishmash of using the syntax from one language, the alphabet from another language, words from a third language phonetically, and it is deliberately hard to decipher. You get bits and pieces. You get the impression that there is some direction here on how to create the mask from the cords of a Mercury dragon, though you're having difficulty nailing down the procedure, and it seems fairly involved and intricate.
Okay.
You get more on the operation of the finished mask, that it will function as a mask that grants a competence bonus to sing of +10. and that it is activated. It has to be something of a held action, and then you have to activate it in response to the Tarrasque's roar to cancel out the roar.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some bit about a workaround for the mask was attempting to just create orbs of silence, and the Tarrasque's roar dispels orbs of silence and it's just completely ineffectual against the roar. It needs to be something of equivalent magnitude to counteract the dissonance, the pure sound of force that comes from the Tarrasque.
Largo is going to be wearing this mask.
You have a thing.
Dude, I have a single plus 27. I'll boost it to plus 37.
Which, given what you're reading in there, you think he's gonna need to be that good of a singer.
And I mean, you already know that I'm a great.
I've heard the same.
Significantly better since this full divine potential.
Absolutely.
Little fairy songs.
But yeah, the crafting is very specific, and you generally relied on workbenches that have a magical component to them. And we're going kind of back in time for you. A lot of this reading you did when you were waiting for him to finish his week of rest in the Delana retreat. So you didn't have a workstation that you could lay the book on and kind of get that. Because technically to make a wondrous item, you need to have craft wondrous item feat. And the workstations give that to you. So you were you didn't have all the pieces to put it together while you were studying it. And the book is incredibly hard to read on its own.
Okay, do you relay this to Largo?
Yeah.
He starts breathing.
Okay.
And you might say, what? And he responds, I think I know who can craft this mask.
Go on.
Dude. Mark LaFlette using our fucking workbench of craft wondrous items, using your translation of the book and how the mask is supposed to look and be used after it is created. Mark LaFlette is the only one who can make this fucking mask, dude.
See, as a player, we want to hinge the fate of the universe on this NPC we have grasped onto.
Dude,
He's the guy.
it is the perfect way to do this.
I mean, Aaron loves it.
Absolutely.
He's the best fucking fashion designer in Penteros.
And this is
In the Antelon Empire.
Yeah, dude, for
He's
sure.
the guy.
He's the fucking guy, dude. He
With-
is known. It is known.
with this level of not fanatic, but enthusiasm. If you convey that enthusiasm, Mirak, who's hit a wall, he's like, look, I've read this, I don't get it. He's feeling like a little bit like a cook in a chef's kitchen. So
We know what shit.
he's open to like, let's go talk to Mark and let's lay out what we need to do.
Translate that document to the best of your
Yeah, Mirak's got to he can be like, look, here's what I get from it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
And we'll
What does sous vide mean? You know?
maybe we shouldn't let Gideon know
Exactly. It's just like,
that we're relying on Mark. Maybe we'll keep that to ourselves. Who knows? Don't want to lie. Just saying. Gideon might be like, you're gonna do what?
one thing at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta heal Gideon too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be just fucking getting in there, get it out as delicately as possible. Off to Mark, maybe. Let's go talk to Mark. And then I'm working on regenerating and healing Dan's face. It's great.
Dude, it's gotta be fucking Mark LaFlette.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting that this, like the vocal cords do need to be treated in a certain solution.
That's great.
You don't know what that formula is. You can't derive it from what you've read.
That's pretty.
Like you get a concept of it, but like the specifics of how much of each thing need to be added into the liquid solution. That's where you've got a concept, but you don't have the specifics.
All right, but we have no other wells to draw upon to gain more information at this point outside the book.
Where did you get the book?
Reggie. No, yeah, we did get it from Reggie. Yeah,
You gave it to him.
yeah, totally.
Well, not you guys.
Okay.
And he studied it for a long time, but let's keep Mark.
All right,
Mark's gonna make the mask. We just need better instructions on how.
let's go talk to Reggie.
Reginald Coinsman?
Okay, I send it to him and I say, Reggie, we need you as soon as you can get to the Cordesians.
The fellowship stands on the edge of a knife.
Count back an inch.
He responds, I'm at the threshold. I will be there shortly. The silver threshold is the Temple of Delicaton. You're here.
Okay.
So he shows up, an annoyingly smug look on his face. On his, what you know is not his real face.
Scared.
Says, you've made progress then?
Yes,
It's been a couple of weeks so far.
we have everything except for we need the axe to become Vorpal, which we are very, very close to. And we need, let's see, why not? 52. And we need more specifics on how to create and craft the mask out of Gideon's vocal cords. And we're kind of stuck as far as the translation. And we were wondering if your years and years of study, the translation of this book could possibly give us more specifics on how the mask is to be made and specifically how the vocal cords are to be treated so that they can be made into the mask.
Oh yes, I've memorized the process.
Is that true, or are you being a dick?
Yes.
And why is Alan Canada die?
You're being a dick,
and it's true.
Okay, all right. Are you willing? Never mind. Tell us everything you can.
Very annoyingly and arrogantly, because he has memorized the process, tells you what the different alchemical solutions are required for the preservation process of the vocal cords, how it has to be submerged for at least so long in a certain solution and then preserved in a secondary solution until the framework of the mask is finished. The very specific arcane runes that need to be drawn on the inside of the mask, the dimensions of the opening, the apertures, like in painstaking detail, in details that you are not capable of absorbing and remembering verbatim as he tells them to do.
Trying to write him down as quick as possible.
Brick is here though. We're all in the Cordesius state.
Yeah, I would imagine that Brick's going to be our alchemical guy.
I'll say for the casters in the room, give me spellcraft checks.
Yeah, fucking great, dude. So spellcraft would be 44.
My spellcraft will be 52.
And I bricked out like a 35. This is an epic level magic item. It needs to be crafted by someone of commensurate power.
Like Mark LaFlette. Right? That's what I'm getting from this.
Noted magic user.
In your desperate need
Yeah.
to have a fashion designer create the Tarask fighting tool, you're fairly certain he would be the perfect person to create the outer
Yeah, dude.
scaffolding.
With the runes and shit.
No.
Okay.
Just
not the runes.
lines.
He would fuck them up.
Okay. Yeah. Because you try to make them.
But like the thing that you affix to your face,
Yeah, he's making.
that the magic item that actually sits in,
Yeah, none of us.
he could
possess
totally
this.
do that.
Yeah, we couldn't do it better.
Absolutely.
But as far as who could craft the mask, you, Mirok, or Reggie.
Damn, not even
It's
Brick.
Brick does not have access to the level 6, 7, 8 level spell power that is required.
I think you have to make it.
And it's spellcraft, right? Yeah, you rolled a 20, I rolled a 17, I got a 44, you got a
Like a 50.
52.
Your spellcraft's down there.
Okay,
And also,
I will
like,
make
just,
it. Holy fuck!
You get to work with Mark.
yeah, you're literally.
I'm working with Mark!
Your greatest collaboration with Mark LaFleur.
Yeah, dude, this is, oh my god.
And you get to wear the mask.
It's like,
Dude, and I'm gonna sing with it.
it's like if like Ralph Lauren stopped an asteroid from hitting the Earth.
Yeah,
He's still made.
totally.
Because he just designed the upholstery on the spaceship and stopped it.
Totally, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, you're given the information. Like you can even simplify it somewhat in that you need to be able to cast shout. You need to be able to cast high level sonic evocation spells.
I can do
You
it.
can fake that,
Yeah, for sure.
which is the way you fake it is better than
It's 100%.
the way somebody else would just have to like try to do without. Because you can try to do without, it just raises the spellcraft DC of the magic item. But you can fake it and fake it in such a way that it's 100% real anyway. So,
Okay.
You actually have the tools needed. And Brick was listening. Oh yeah, no, I actually have some of those solutions already pre-made. I'll need to do this and that and the other. And then he starts getting geeky about the alchemical stuff, but he can totally handle like Mirok's gonna have to take the vocal cords out, hand them to Brick. Brick is gonna have to treat them and prepare them while you and Mark build the apparatus and create the
I go. Wait until Reggie finishes. He goes. And then I fucking pitter patter out of there with like fucking notes, and I'm still writing.
Okay.
Let's assemble. Let's do it.
I'm like, if I'm sure that Reggie has given us the information that we need.
Well, the thing is, he gave it to you.
Yeah.
It's again something like you're gonna need to sit there and like go over it slowly with him and write down the directions that you need. Because you don't know how to craft magic items unless you're standing at that workbench in the process of doing it.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, I take that time. I don't.
Yeah,
just
he's the caster level of this mask is level 16.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to be at least a level 16 caster to even attempt it.
And I'm barely above that.
Brick is not.
Yeah, he'll preserve. Okay, so we take that time and then I go.
Yeah. So you get Mark. Brick's prepping the chemical baths.
So you're sitting there with Reggie.
Yeah.
Going over this stuff, taking
Extensive
notes.
Yeah.
All these arcane diagrams and how they need to be arranged in the inside of the mask. Formed with certain tinctures and inks crafted out of different gemstones and what do you call it, precious metals and what have you. And you hear a knock at the door.
I get the door. You guys are deep in thought. Yeah.
I've turned all the stairs and board.
You answer the door, and standing there is a tall, gaunt man with white hair. Man who was a thorn in your side early on in your adventures, Inspector Holm.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting. I'm downstairs, but
But you're at I assume you're at the table in the dining hall.
Yeah.
He's literally the reason we constantly prestidigitated ourselves clean all the time, because he did it one fucking time. We kept doing it.
Yeah.
And he walks in and he's like, I always imagine him as like General Tarkin.
Yeah, that's not how I envisioned him.
Sure.
And he's wearing this long sort of almost like judge-like robe that's half purple and half black. And he walks in looking down his nose at everyone, except for Bort, who's a little bit taller than he is. And he says, at the behest of the court jester, I have come to inspect the premises.
Clarify something for me again. I thought he was a Sentin guy.
Nope, he's Penteros.
Oh, did we just meet him in Sentin?
No, we
You met him in Penteros at the Gation Shields office,
Okay. With a diplomacy of
I believe.
30. Well, I mean, you open the door. Do you want to say anything?
I don't want to talk about this.
He's a fucking.
He's a
Yeah.
He's
a
a
law.
cop.
With a diplomacy of 30, Mirak says, yes, please. May I ask, what is this about, and when did you start taking orders from the jester?
Rule of dig.
I mean, no sarcasm. He's very straight. Like, what? That's a weird thing to say. But like, yeah, he probably thinks it's a dig.
He says, I take every effort to ensure the safety of the court. Largo, give me a perception check.
He's downstairs though.
No, he's in the.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the, yeah, we decided.
Okay.
There's not like a table
Mhm.
down. There's like an alchemy desk and the workbench with a bunch of tools and stuff. And
It's better
a
land
bed
here.
for Brick.
Okay.
And then we do have that storage area that we've cleaned for the procedure. I got a 6.
You're focused on what's going on with Reggie. You take like a quick checkup to see it's Inspector Ohm.
Well, it's
and you're-
16 if we have tier 2 lineup, but yeah.
Yeah, you do have
And
two.
you're like, oh, no.
So 16.
Fuck that guy. And he walks in and he looks at everyone, looks at Reggie, and
I think we're gonna be.
What?
Who's this fucking jabroni?
Yeah, that's why we were like.
I mean, we're
oh,
gonna this. I don't like this. I don't like this cop coming in here.
If he's really here on behest of Gideon.
he kneels down, leaning in to Mirak's ear,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Take me to the operating theater. Post haste, please."
So yeah, he fucking knows, man. We just, yep, this is what Gideon wants.
I wordlessly walk to the place where we're going to do the procedure. Can I roll a sense motive or a perception check on?
Has anyone not had an egg roll that wants an egg roll?
I already have one.
I think I had 2.
I'm good. Yeah, good, dude.
Okay, yeah, if you want to make a sense motive check.
I mean, my sense motive is pretty bad, but that sounds weird. Can you send it in here?
The judge.
24.
24. He's pretty standard to how you remember him, just being this like very dour, very serious guy, who always seems to be just inconvenienced by everything. But you do get the impression that when he saw Reggie, he was agitated, and all of a sudden a very strong sense of urgency. Like he was like, yes, what's going on here? Take me down to the operating theater now.
Sure. Okay.
It's like, that guy's extraordinarily powerful with necromantic energy. Fuck.
Yeah, something. Okay, yeah, I show him the operating theater.
You take him down there. You get into the room, which I assume at some point you guys cleaned up and did some stuff with. He gets in there and he looks at you and he says, "Why the fuck is there a lich here? Is he going to participate in this?"
He will not participate in this. We are relying on his, and I pause and say, historical knowledge of this event. But I do
And,
not
like,
trust him.
His demeanor has completely changed. It's like no longer serious, no longer. He's talking to you in a much more informal
Yeah.
tone. And when you say that, he's not participating, he goes, "Well, fuck, I don't want him here when it happens." And then he shrinks down and turns into Gideon.
Oh, sick! I fucking high five Gideon. Like,
Gideon knew that we were talking to Reggie Coinspinner, did he not? Oh, Alon knew.
yeah. Once I see it's Gideon,
It's always been Gideon.
it's always been Gideon. Oh
Oh, it's huge, dude. Glad you missed out.
shit!
Damn.
Well, yeah. Mirak says it's like, oh, that was great, but I fucking hate that guy. But yeah. So once I see it's Gideon, I explain him like, look, this is Reggie. He's a lich.
My personable demeanor doesn't fit every role I need. Sometimes I have to wear different hats. Or faces, as the case may be.
A little bit on the nose there, Gideon. But yeah, I explained to him the whole situation. This guy is more cases of the procedure. There's aspects of the books we couldn't do. We didn't want to do the procedure unless we're 100% on it. And I walk him through like, here's what is going to happen when you are under.
He says, "If I could recognize what he was, probably recognized what I was."
Yep.
Thankfully, I came in here under a guy and did not tip him off that the court jester is a Mercury dragon.
So he thinks from this point on that Holm is a dragon.
It's possible. I did, I can't read his mind.
So I walk through and I do love it. Like
He at this point he's like looking at the area and trying listening to you as you describe the operation, how you intend to carry it out. Very attentive. You do get the impression he doesn't really grasp the more specific anatomical surgical aspects of it, but he's trying.
Right, but he gets the key point, like, I am going to remove your vocal cords, and then using a magic spell, I'm going to regrow the missing vocal cords. So your original cords will never be in your body again.
The way he's responding, you get the impression he pretty much thinks this is a 50-50, he's going to die.
Yeah.
But he's not worried about getting his vocal cords back. Like, he's worried about whether or not he's going to survive.
Sure, okay. Fair enough.
And he does ask, like, so when this is all done, you have this object you need to craft. You keep that as long as you need it, but return it to me when you don't.
Yeah.
And it never crosses the hands of this lich. Or anyone else for that matter.
That's fair. Yeah, Mirak immediately agrees. Like, it's his fucking vocal cords.
It's your meat.
It's your meat, boy.
Take your meat.
So, Largo, you do get from this instruction from Coinspinner that it's going to cost about 5,000 gold pieces worth of raw materials as far as precious metals and gemstones. And you still have that bag that's got like some assorted gems in it, and that'll pretty much cover what you need from that. And then you need a certain amount of platinum, a certain amount of gold, a certain amount of silver.
Which I know that we have that in the coffers.
Oh, you do?
We do.
You're not getting a lot of stuff here where you think that cloth is going to be involved, like maybe the straps that tie the mask. And you could probably just magic it to stick to your face as opposed to, I'm sure you are desperately trying to figure out how to get Mark LaFlette involved in this.
Sure. Well, no,
But
more
it's-
than that,
it's-
I'm just being like, Mark would be perfect in that. Mark, oh, this is the perfect job for Mark. As I'm like thinking about the physical aspects of it.
But yeah, even still, you had that whole thing with Yanni going to Mark for a jewelry thing, and that didn't make a lot of sense because Mark deals in textiles, not in metals.
Totally.
So,
consultant. Oh, I think he's gonna make the frame.
Yeah. And he's going to make it to fit your face.
Yes.
Tiny little gnome face.
okay.
Some distant future person is going to use this mask, which was so fun.
Okay, so with that, Gideon says, "I came as Garrett because I didn't want there to be any secrets remaining. I want you're my friends and I trust you, and I didn't want you to find out after I'm gone that I played that prank on you. I wanted to see the look on your face."
Little tear down the eye, yeah.
It's good. It's good. We really hated it, but it was a really good prank.
So we need Mark right now.
Well, the surgery is going to take some time. And considering the size, because Gideon's going to have to be in dragon form during this, Mirok, you're thinking you're probably going to need some surgical assistance.
Oh, worth my knife idea.
Sure.
Have a good blade. Sharpen the tools.
You just need steady hand. You might even need Uhtred for just holding the body in a certain position.
Attendant.
3-man weave.
3-man weave. It's our name down nonsense.
Yeah.
While that is taking place, Largo, you can probably get. See, the thing is, too, you're going to have to get Mark LaFlette to do this.
Yeah.
And you've known that times you go and ask him for something and he's busy.
I'm going with 7,500,000 or 7,500 7,500 gold pieces in my pocket.
And also, incredible fucking diplomacy.
Yep.
And what?
An incredible diplomacy.
I didn't offer to help save the realm.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to try to streamline this as much as possible, the surgery is going to take an hour at minimum. While that's happening, you need to fashion, some aspects of the mask in preparation. And then once the cords are removed, there's going to be probably 2 hours of alchemical treatment that's necessary before they can be placed in something that preserves them for when they are ready to be put into the mask.
Okay.
And honestly, Mark, participation in this is probably going to be half an hour to an hour of fashioning something, and then multiple hours of you crafting the magical item.
Yep.
Is Gideon, is this general anesthetic localized? Is he going to be conscious while this happens?
I've got that.
You've got this?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to elaborate?
And he needs to be in dragon form. He needs to be a full-size Mercury dragon.
Which he's maybe the size of a Clydesdale.
Yeah.
It's much longer and thinner, but as far as mass is concerned, that's how big he is. He's still fairly young.
So
in dragon terms.
calm emotions, followed by serenity,
Steady. Yeah.
which doesn't last very long.
Okay.
All right, but then followed by I'm thinking I'm thinking scripted hallucination of he's just laying in a meadow.
And that'll last more than an hour.
Yes, it should. Let me double, triple check.
Or wake up with him in the box.
Yeah.
You've got your tools. You're ready.
You're my tool.
I'm your tool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be making.
Precise cuts
Oh, so it's only 1 minute per level.
with demon swords.
I know. I'm going to be using Duvain and Duquesne to make these initial surgical incisions on this dragon. I mean, that's got to cost something. They're pretty stoked. They didn't do fortune cookies this time.
They didn't last time either.
Maybe Bitcoin cracked the whip, or who's
Maybe
doing
deep slumber, probably.
Dragons are immune to sleep.
Huh?
Dragons are immune to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's just gonna have to fucking hold still. I was thinking Serenity is like the final thing.
Serenity is more of a you're not allowed to fight.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, like flavor-wise, it's kind of like, countdown from 1 to 10, or, from 10 to 1 when you're going under for surgery. Yeah, if he's allergic, if he's, maybe not apathy.
Can we project his spirit somewhere else? Like astral projection on him? Or make him not.
It's usually a self-only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you might just, this is a medieval society.
bite down on this?
Yeah.
What about mind swap?
Well, then, some consciousness is going to be in his body.
Yeah. What about me?
Okay.
I cast mind swap on him. That's 1 hour per level. He's able to be me and have my spells, at which point he casts deep slumber on
the dragon.
Well, again, so it's a body thing. That I'm just thinking his like soul. I'll just fucking deal with it, I guess. Unless he wants to deal with it.
You should not switch places with him.
No, you need
Okay.
to craft the thing.
Yeah, then all I'm thinking is just repeatedly casting scripted hallucination.
Are there any Clydesdales around? Can we mind swap them with the horse?
And then when you cut into the horse's throat, it's going to kick and scream.
And
Yeah.
it switched minds with you. That's
Oh,
what it's
dude,
called.
can we mind swap them with like a mollusk? Or like a
So it's switch minds with you.
oh,
That's what
okay.
it's called.
Gotcha.
Given the options that you have shared with me so far,
Yeah.
repeated scripted hallucinations to keep him in a
Okay, and
So
calm
you're-
emotions for flavor.
you're gonna. Well, calm emotions might be great just for everybody in the room,
Yeah.
so that no one's nervous, so that no one's anxious, so that everyone's kind of going into this like on even keel. But
So yeah, that's 18 minutes. I'll just cast it over and over again. All right, I gotta go talk to Mark.
Okay.
So I roll over to Mark. I roll in there. Do I see him? Is he there? Is this what, like early afternoon? No, this is still like
it's early afternoon. You had to sit there and talk to Reggie for a little while, get all that explained.
Christmas morning.
Mark is there.
Okay, diplomacy. I got a 1. But that's still a 32. And I approach him. I'm not even necessarily gonna role play this because we need to move on. But I am like, here's the fucking situation, bro. And I got the money in my back pocket, but I'm just trying to like, we need you right now, and you're the only one who can do this, and you need to fashion the straps for this mask. And you'll go down in history in aiding us save the entire world. We've already told you about the Duskbringer Comet. We need you. We need your expertise. No one else can do it. And there's no option.
Sure.
Like, you're coming now. Like, take a piss if you need to, but you're coming with me. Please.
Where are we going?
To the Cordessi estate.
Why?
Because there is a surgery happening. We need a component of a magical beast. That magical beast has agreed to give us this component. That component will be preserved, and then it will need to be fashioned into a mask, which is a high-level magical item. I will be taking care of that. But that mask needs to be artfully fastened to my head and my head only in such a perfect way that it will never fall off. And you're the only one I can think of as fashioning the straps that would possibly work.
Okay, so you need this. You need this form-fitted frame for a facial mask, crafted to the utmost precision by the best artisan to do so.
Yeah.
And you want to drag me to your house away from my workshop with all of my tools to do it there?
Gather your tools, but yes.
My loom? They're like, he's like, it's a fucking workshop. Like, I'm not taking a pair of scissors and a sewing needle, motherfucker.
Yep. Grab what you can.
It's a house call.
I don't think you understand. If you want me to craft something, I craft it here in my workshop.
Okay, is there any way, Dan, is there any way this is going to work, or are you saying fuck it?
No,
Which is fine.
he's saying he'll do it, but he's gonna do it here, and then you're gonna take that.
But don't we need... Oh, he can do that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's basically going to make like a silk thing that sits on your face
Yeah.
with the straps that attach. He needs you to sit down. He needs
And do
to
it.
take measurements.
Okay.
He needs to use the tools.
I
the
just have
sewing
this
machine.
amazing assembly line in my head at the Cordessi estate, and Mark's there.
He's just working, and he's like over his right elbow, his vats of chemicals on his left elbow. He's casting. It's just like a
That's what I have, but I understand.
Yeah.
I say, okay, I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry I came in a little bit hot, and then I just sit down and I go,
Okay.
Mask me like one of your French ladies.
And he
one of your Japanese friends.
he starts taking some measurements. He pulls out some different swatches and lays them over your face in different configurations, starts drawing on them with a piece of chalk, doing all of this stuff. Someone comes over and says, "Oh, but the countess needs," and he's like, just swings his hand at her, and she, okay,
That's
there we
my
go.
boy. I stand him. Lingo.
And
Devin Sawa.
it's a complex and careful and artful process. But in the course of about 45 minutes,
Okay.
he crafts the just basically padded frame seat. It's a cloth. It's got a little bit of felt to give it a structure. And given the way you described it to him, he said, once you set this in, then you can attach it here, and do this.
Taking that.
And use and he hands you a spool of thread to do so. And he says, if this is necessary to save the world, then I am honored to have my signature on it. And you see he did take the time to stitch Laflette into the lining of the
I say, thank you. And as I am leaving, I take a pouch out of my pocket and kind of lay it on a windowsill next to the door frame that has 1,000 gold pieces in it.
Is that your money?
No, it is the part of the 7,500 that you gave to me.
You have 7,500?
I asked you for 7,500 gold pieces in party loot.
Okay.
And I just threw away 1,000 of that.
We threw away 10,000 on a poker game. We fucked us.
That was I fucked us. There was too many moving pieces. I gave Bort all black cards because I was trying to win.
And it was a matching set to the mice. But it was fine. We bounced back. We just empowered slaveholding force.
Yeah, so we'll kill them later.
Come down from the sky.
But okay, that's good. I understand the loom. I just had this moment in my head of just us all toiling away, sweating, and Mark's in there viciously sewing.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
imagining.
Vigorously.
Yeah, well, imaginary reality doesn't always mesh with imaginary imagination.
That's true. All right. Well, we're back, and I have this thing, and as I'm wearing it as I. That feels wonderful. And I emerge into the foyer of the. He's still wearing it into the foyer of the Cordessi estate, and I go, it's perfect.
So
It's incredibly comfortable.
yeah, you look like fucking
Like-
Hannibal Lecter.
I do. I look.
I slice one open, and you're like, "I'm in their skin will be here."
It's just like a ring. It's just like, you know, the rubber seat of a gas mask.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in the middle. It's just his nose and his mouth. And it's just
1,000 gold pieces.
Handcrafted.
Hey, yo, and the attendant man just picked it up. And said, "Fuck my fuck, he's a dick." Just left.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Yeah, the tip is a tip.
Tip is dip.
Tip is a tip. All right.
Yeah, with that done, Miracle will wave you down to the OR.
Okay.
for
I
script hallucination.
calm emotions. As I say, the most important part is that we all believe in ourselves. Calm emotions.
And Gideon turns into a dragon.
What? It's beautiful.
And then I say, Gideon, what color would you like the grass to be?
I always like greenish blue.
Greenish blue. What color would you like the sky to be?
Pink on the horizon fading into purple.
And the clouds?
No clouds.
All right. And I go, are you ready?
No, but continue.
And as I'm kind of
You're like a bird.
yeah, I'm singing Nelly Furtado and scripted hallucination. And I make sure that it takes.
Oh, he does not resist.
Okay.
You just trap me in a home hell.
Yeah, so he's in there, and yeah, I continually cast it. Well, not every 17 minutes. I think. Mirak, you fucking ready, bro?
Oh, you never asked if he was in the room, dude.
Mirak's not in the room.
No. Yeah, Mirak's there. He's scrubbed up. He watched Bort wash his hands and watched Ush wash his hands.
Wearing the thing.
Small sip from a modest-sized thimble cup of Cheers to Wine. We're all yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
We have to be.
We gotta be.
You're gonna
Wind up.
spray me blood.
I'm just there, dude. It's okay. At least I didn't mind swap. That would have been a bad idea.
Do you want me to start with a heel check?
I imagine you would just start screaming and actually dragon roar through,
Yeah.
and you fuck everything.
Just breath weapon.
Okay. So here's what I want to happen. I need Largo, who's maintaining the anesthetic, to make 2 intelligence checks,
Okay.
so that you're not waiting too long to refresh the hallucination.
First one's a 13. Second one's a 7.
But you have plus 10.
Oh yeah. So 23, 17, and at 30.
All right. So that being the case, Uhtred is going to
What's going on down here?
Do a strength check.
Stumbles and vomits in the hole.
Whenever I go inside it, does make my
to hold, like, because he's got to kind of roll Gideon somewhat on his back, just like the shape with the wings and stuff. Doesn't want to stay there, wants to roll back, and he's got to kind of hold the body in place.
He's a big spoon to Gideon's neck.
So it's a little roll of 3 on the first roll, so not so great for the start of things. But thankfully he rolled a natural 20 and then a 16.
Damn.
So he's holding him calm and firmly and still for the second 2/3 of the operation, but where it gets really tricky. Bort, I would like for you to give me 3 disabled device checks.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, disabled device. Just move. It's a 32. So, first is 43. Or yeah, 43. Second is 36. Third is 45.
Okay. So this is mostly, you're utilizing your lock picking, your disarming skills to hold things very still, very specifically, as Mirok is cutting open and you need to hold skin flat back, and then you need to, pull the trachea to the side so that he can get to the vocal cords. And like mostly you're just an extra pair of hands that needs to keep things in very specific positions so that Mirok can do what he needs to do. I'd also like you to make 1 attack roll.
We're picking a meat lock. Okay. 1 attack roll. Is this with the advantage? You can't.
It's just add your attack bonus and your dexterity.
Okay. What'd you do? I'm not gonna ask.
What did you search on?
36.
Human skin mask.
Okay. So as you're doing this, you're watching what Mirok is doing, and you're just kind of helping him along with like, no, don't touch that, that'll hurt. No, that's important.
Yeah,
Like you know how to kill somebody, so he knows how to save someone's life. You're trying to offer your best input so that he doesn't touch the things that you'd want to stab.
Hey, if I wanted to kill Gideon, I would touch this.
I'm Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis saying your ear when it's got the blade and the blade.
Yeah. So that being what I was, I was looking for 35.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with that, I'm going to let Mirok re-roll 1 of his 3 heal checks.
Oh, that's crucial. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 3 heal checks right now.
Okay.
I reroll 1.
Okay. Much better.
That's
Wow,
significantly
that's-
better.
What did
You're
you? What
welcome.
was
It
it?
was a 3
It was a
to
3.
a 20. Okay. So my heal checks.
Really, actually wanted you to do these sequentially.
I'm sorry. Well, so the first one's a 3. It is not 20. Which would be a 30 plus, so a 62 on the first one.
Okay.
Okay. And then on actually 72. I don't think I kind of takes 1 on that. Second one was a 6. Not a great roll. Was 10, 48. And then the last one was a 14 on the die, 24 plus 32, 56.
Okay. You don't have any action dice, right?
I have none. That's why the reroll is super helpful.
So it
Which ones?
European, right?
I usually do this.
it gets a little dicey in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you can think of?
Yeah.
In reaction to you, he's losing a lot of blood. You cut a section as you're opening up his voice box to get to the chords, and you're seeing him lose more blood than you want him to lose at this point.
I thought I had while I was rolling. I technically failed that, right? So would it, casting 9 lives allow me to re-roll it?
Not post.
Not post, yeah. I was wrong. I should have said it beforehand. He's losing a lot of blood. So I've cut him previously, I guess. I would assume that my healing hands would be fast, so I think just a heal would be like the catch-all I would use. So, heal, greater restoration. Or I could do regenerate. Yeah, because he's wounded. And I used that on the kobolds who had like super grievous wounds and regenerated with it. So if I like nicked him in an artery and he's bleeding and I cast regenerate, that would close it.
You don't want to undo what you've done so far with the surgery.
Got 2 hymns and a dragon's neck right now. I'm covered in blood. Taking a
I'm
weird
just like
making a weird chord shape.
No, you're not. Calm emotion. Everything's chill.
I'm talking about swords. I'm in a having a great conversation with Duvane about the finer points of necks.
See, I think so. I mean, heals injuries. Greater restoration.
Yeah, you are. You're cautious about doing any significant healing because that might just close everything up.
Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah.
It's a cure. It's a cure spell. Right, like that's a moderate amount of healing. Right? 'Cause that's my concern. It's like if I do a big heal, that could that's fucking everything. But it's like cure light wounds. It's a small little pop of healing. So I'm gonna try cure light wounds really quick.
Okay, give me a heal check for focusing this killer.
Okay.
I'm just thinking you don't want to undo what you've done.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was thinking looking through the spells. Just like this feels like we're gonna do stuff. Okay, cool. So the heal check is gonna be a 52.
All right. Okay. So, racking your brain for the best way to address this. You consider your big guns, but then decide that no, this is the work for a scalpel, not
Heal cleaver.
not a bone saw.
Yeah.
And you cast Cure Light Wounds and target that one specific erroneous cut,
Mm-hmm.
and it closes. And you pick back up where you left off. continue the operation. You're supposed to drink, not inhale.
Ever since like 2020, I think I got COVID right at the beginning. I've never been able to swallow. This happens like 4 times a day. I know it's a crazy thing, but it's true. Never had a problem with it before.
Okay, Larry would give me another intelligence check.
Oh. 15.
Okay. So you sense that this is going on longer than Mirak initially anticipated. You continue applying the hallucination. You're on your 4th cast of it at this point.
Yep.
Mirak, I need you to give me one last heal check. You need to time the regeneration that you're going to cast just right so that you get the cords out and you get that regeneration cast. Not too quickly. You need the tissue to like relax from the trauma for just a certain amount of time before you try to regenerate it. Otherwise, it might come back wrong.
Okay. It's 52.
Okay. And you cast regenerate, and you see the missing vocal cords start to manifest from the surrounding tissue, and you're fairly certain they came back exactly the way they used to be.
We bring it back. It's like, no, thanks, guys.
Just something favorite Godfrey. Okay, cool. So if I've done that, I got the vocal cords and I hand them off to Brick.
Brick just like has a basin of liquid, and he doesn't want to touch them. He wants to put them directly in there.
I deposit them in the basin.
He takes it and walks into the next room to the alchemy station. And does God knows what with them.
Yeah.
So you have regenerated the vocal cords?
Mm-hmm. So then I close them up. I cast heal on all the wounds. Yeah.
I've pulled my blood-soaked hands from the neck of the dragon
Mm-hmm.
and lovingly wipe the good dragon's blood on my 2 blades, Duvet and Duquesne.
Kind of like seasoning cast.
You know how you usually like wipe blood off of a blade?
Yeah.
I'm doing that, but in
Wiping it
reverse.
off.
That's a good call.
Seasoning it. Blood makes the blade holy.
The the blades kind of like am I missing a word? Moan? Is that one thing? Like, you know, when you eat something that's delicious, do you moan, or is there another word?
Kind of like, you kind of, you kind of numb, you kind of numb.
They do
Groan.
I wonder if there's.
Sounds bad.
Yeah,
I feel like there should be a word specifically for making that noise.
I'm sure there's something in French.
But anyway, you get that sensation, you know, telepathically. And Duvain says, delicious, but it doesn't count unless we draw the blood ourselves.
Yes.
Well, hold on, guys.
Hold on.
I mean, he's still
Thank
out.
you for the
know,
consideration.
Yeah.
Board.
Yeah, we just pin cushion a little bit.
It's cool. It's your pal, Gideon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
You're pretty sure though you have to like strike with intent. You can't
just feed it. Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah. No, stab me. It's fine.
Yeah.
You've got one.
You can't just like nick a couple of paladins and
Yeah, call it.
get anything out of it.
With extreme prejudice. Okay. Heal him up.
Alright, so we got like 2 hours. Brick's doing his thing. Mira cleans up and he goes over to you and he waits for.
I'm gonna let that spell naturally
Okay.
dissipate.
He's gonna Mira cast 9 lives on you, so you can re-roll
Thank you.
a failed save.
Right. So after maybe like 5 or 6 minutes after your spell, your spell wears off, like maybe 5 or 6 minutes after Mirok finishes, and Gideon wakes up and looks around, and his clawed hand kind of rubs his throat, and then he goes, well, I suppose.
Oh no.
It seems that you've done your work quite well, Mirok.
I extend a hand to shake his claw hand.
He turns back into
Shake his
half
hand.
elf Gideon.
And I said, well, I know it'll have taken when I see you at the next concert. I'll be in the front row.
I think I'm going to give my new vocal cords a rest before I start testing them out.
I quietly run.
It's good to see you, friend.
He stretches a little bit, and as he stretches, he grows tall and gaunt, and turns back into Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Because I won't say it's a pleasure, but I do always appreciate your company and your efforts.
No
Turns to leave.
problem.
These are giving tree.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're waiting. I'm preparing the workstation for everything I'm putting out.
While Brick is doing what he needs to do with the vocal cords, you're over there melting the metals and preparing the shape that they need to be in. Mainly using sort of prestidigitation mage hand stuff to manipulate this stuff, as opposed to like making casts and what have you. So we'll make this a multi-tier check.
Yep.
And 9 lives, you can use it once per round.
Yeah.
Right. But you can use the same ability of it up to 9 times.
Yes.
So basically, you're gonna be able to re-roll every check you make.
Okay. And it's
Right.
It's skill checks too, right? Not just saves.
Is that true?
Because it's gonna be all skill checks.
What does that mean?
So does it allow me to re-roll skill checks?
When it fails the saving throw, it's like a reroll, so a failed saving throw. That's the cat's luck part of it.
So that won't do it.
That won't do anything for you.
No.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna would save the skill check. Yeah, that isn't a save.
Okay, so yeah, this doesn't look like it's actually going to do
No.
anything.
So yeah, in that case, I won't do that. I will stand next to Largo and I will cast prayer on him, and then I will cast Moment of Greatness, which prayer specifically does say saves. You get a +1 bonus.
Prayer is a luck bonus.
Yeah.
Moment of Greatness is a morale bonus.
Okay, well, I will do prayer because you'll get at least a +1 on your saves.
That won't do anything for me.
Why?
Because it's not a save, it's a
Well,
skill check.
it is.
I'm sorry,
It does
okay.
give bonuses to skills, but then we're also talking about that's going to last 1 round per level, which it's like crafting this is a several-hour process.
You're doing it naked.
So
Well, tears to 1.
So that's not
there's. I'm sure if you guys think about it, there's other things that you can do.
Yeah, but you're gonna do it.
Yeah. So tears to 1, tears to 1, and an action
I'm
die.
sure everything about it.
Tears to 1 and an action die. Here we fucking go, baby.
The stakes, the stakes gotta be a little higher.
Exactly. I'm sorry,
Alright.
I kiboshed everything you said. I didn't. That wasn't my.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
breaking
well.
this. I'm breaking this
No,
up
you-
into 3 parts.
Yep.
Fashioning the metal frame that's going to seat into the cloth harness
Yeah.
that sits on your face.
Careful not to tear.
Etching the arcane symbols into that metal frame, and then attaching the dragon's vocal cords to the last part.
Okay, it's gonna look so fucking weird. It's gonna be like 2 strips of flesh down like a fucking.
I mean, we already look
Stage
insane.
lighting.
That's why we're wearing goggles all the time.
All right, you ready? First one. Spellcraft, baby. 19 on
Uh-huh.
the die. Plus 10 is 29. Plus fucking 27 is nearly 40. So what? Yeah.
30.
No, yeah, nearly 60. Nearly 60. So 57.
29 is 56.
56. Yeah. So 56 for the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right, second one. Okay, 15 on the die, so 52. The third one is a 6, immediately using an action die. Okay, so 9, 19 plus 27 is 36. 19 plus 27 is 46.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm so excited. It's smart, really.
It's kind of hot and bothered.
You're touching my face.
All right, so you fashion the mask, you etch in the arcane symbols, which you notice have a vague note-like structure,
Okay.
and now seeing it all put together, you can see that it does form a scale
Okay.
across. And then when they're ready, Brick presents you with the vocal cords, which are 60 separate strands that look like they're mithril thread.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
And they need to be, so it's not 2 strips of flesh.
Okay, so
it
it's
is
very pretty.
it's like a harp that goes across your mouth.
Oh, that's very pretty. That's beautiful.
You have a
And
heart.
I love the idea of like in 200 years, people are like questing for this item, and they're like, "We finally got it." What's M. Laflette?
It's like on the inside.
Yeah.
You've seen from
Monogram.
And you put this together, and let's see.
Everyone was really dumb in 95 masks at the start of the pandemic. We were like, oh, it's a mesh. You can see my mouth.
So
That's
you were looking for a DC of 50 on all those checks.
Yeah.
Fell a little short on the last
Short,
one.
46. Yes.
And so what I'm going to do is the DC for the sing check
Okay.
was going to be 40. It's going to be 44 to make up for the 4 points that you missed.
It's gonna be 44. Okay, so I will need to roll a 7 or higher.
okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Like a 66% chance of success.
And if I have an action die. Okay, that was big.
You fucked up.
I did. So did you.
I did. But I fixed it, Trevor.
I am a really good singer.
It's true.
So yeah, the mask when finished has the ability is you can ready an action, and in response to the Tarrasque roaring, you can negate the roar by creating a reverberating opposing sound.
Okay.
You also, it functions as a +10 to all sing checks.
Awesome check. Okay.
Were you counting that in with the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's in. Yeah, I have a 27 up to 37. Yeah, you said 44.
And it grants you the bardic ability to counter song.
Okay.
counter song?
So like one bard is singing to buff, you could like shut down their singing. It's like
Basically, any spell that has a verbal component, like not a verbal component to cast it, but a language component.
Yeah.
So command, it's like something like a lullaby, anything that you need to hear something for the spell to take effect. So like you can countersong shout. And it's basically what you're using to stop the Tarrasque's roar is you're countersonging it. It's just got a massive DC to do so. And since it's specifically made for that, the other thing with the countersong is like you have to expend a spell at the same level.
Okay.
Because you don't have rounds of bardic performance to use. So you've got to use something else. So if someone casts a spell that's got a verbal, or language dependent component to it, or a bard is singing and you want to shut down that song, you can expend one of your own spell slots to counter song. I don't know if that's going to come up.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to give this back to Gideon as soon as we're done.
Yeah.
You don't just like have a little fun with it.
Nope.
What does it look like?
In my mind, it looks like, here's the thing. And then it kind of comes around to here and it stops there and it's flat. And then that's the beginning of the metal support here. And then just kind of like a curved halo and a curved halo. So it's just in front of my face and it's kind of
huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's really
But
big.
it's like gnome size.
And it's in front of my face. And let me see if I can draw.
Like a fencing mask?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like a giant fucking fencing mask that's open on the sides and open on the top. And curves in. It's like it's like
Like
fucking
you're walking
lamp
around like
shade,
a
dude.
fucking satellite dish.
Yep. That's what I pictured.
So you regret asking that question now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just, fucking it is. I made it to do a job. It's pretty because of what it's made of, but I've never fucking made anything before. Like it does exactly.
Like someone
what
would
it's
pick this up and be
supposed
like,
to
oh, I think this is some kind of weird heart. And then someone would be like, I think these are ear things. So that they put it on.
This weird harp has like straps on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to attach this to my arm?
Yeah. No one will know what it is.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was picturing like this.
Oh, no. That fucking big.
It's getting bigger.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just a boom. Just like a face shield. You know what it is? It's like when you're grinding. When you're grinding on something, you need to wear a face shield. It's like that, except made out of
I've
just
never
like,
seen a shield as big as the
I'm
hand
saying
dimensions
it's
that
fucking
you are
huge,
putting in.
dude. It's fucking huge.
Huge
Like,
on a
you
gnome,
hold a
though.
piece of paper. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's like a
Bort desperately wants this to be normal size for somebody.
Yeah.
Huge for a
I'm also thinking like the seat that Mark made was this. So then attached to that, you have
a
this
massive thing, yeah.
metal thing that goes out.
Yeah, dude.
A shouting horn.
That's what I'm saying.
A recoil type.
That's what I'm talking about. My drive right now.
Okay.
draw the head in there as well.
Yeah, well, yes, there,
Yeah.
All right, so imagine this, this kind of curves. I'm gonna do some arrows here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like this. Right.
If this is covering the entire front of your face, you're taking like a -10 to perception.
I have a 3 anyway, right? So this is fine. This is okay. Here's my head.
Okay.
Okay, there's my ears.
Little Largo.
Right, and then there's
Your mouth.
there's the device
Okay.
that Mark made for me, and it's
Gotcha.
strapped there, and it's strapped there, and then there's like a frame that comes around like this, but like back with like struts in it, like stage lighting.
Do you have cable stays?
It's like the front of like a spacesuit, but made out of a harp. Like just like when you
Yeah,
see
visor
people,
part.
yeah, like just the visor, like like a EV suit. Like, yeah.
Like that.
Okay. Mark is gonna see that. He's gonna want to move his name.
It's all
I'm
not
gonna,
showing.
it's gonna save the world.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking save it. In my mind, it's like the mithril strands are so fine that I can see through it.
But they're so glimmery
Yeah,
that they're distracting.
yeah, that's fair. Just point me in the right direction. There's pictures of them. I don't know fucking
You're in the
voice.
Bjorn.
I don't know if this will fit in the Bjorn.
It doesn't have to be like that. I just like that. That's
It looks
fucking-
like a shark's mouth with braces.
It's much, dude. It's pretty. I just can't
I
describe.
mean, it's fine. I hope you're not gonna wear it all the time.
No, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it only when I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We find a way.
Largo's
We did it.
vision and Mark LaFlette's vision didn't. I mean, it's a fucking mask, like you know, like an African shaman mask. Like that's what I'm working off of here.
Can't see.
Some
Majora's
sort of
Mask.
like,
Yeah, not like
a
a.
little opera.
Not like this.
Masquerade.
Bam, baby. It's like when y'all see it, you're gonna be like, what the fuck did you make? I'm like, it works perfect.
Just like.
My instrument.
I mean, it's a mask specifically that's your voice is supposed to.
It resonates.
Yeah. It was. Whatever.
Go for it.
It's beautiful, dude. It's beautiful.
Uh huh.
Smoke it.
Eye of the beholder. I
Somebody stop you.
But I guess that is where we will bring this to a close.
That's weird. A lacrosse helmet.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, dude.
you know,
That's pretty fucking good.
Uh-huh. And I guess next week it's Sizemore Family Reunion. Tune in. We'll see you there.
it's pretty good.